All right, this one's stacked. China just deployed a humanoid robot for active police patrol. Xpeng's android stole the show at Auto Shanghai with eerily lifelike movements, and Abacus just gave its Deep Agent a major boost with a new Pro version, capable of building entire apps and launching websites in a single command. Meanwhile, Tesla is ramping up Optimus production. Chery is using AI-powered robots as sales reps, walking, talking, even gesturing like real people. A 20-foot AI machine is about to dominate construction zones. Meta launched a virtual assistant that follows you across every device, and Huawei's newest chip might finally pose a serious threat to NVIDIA. Let's dive in. Starting on the streets of Shenzhen, where Engine AI's PM01 just became China's first humanoid cop assistant. Standing at 1.38 meters tall and weighing 40 kilograms, it wears the same high-vis vest as human officers. What makes PM01 stand out is its agility. A 320-degree waist swivel lets it scan crowds without even taking a step. Just last month, it nailed a perfect front flip that went viral on Chinese social media. Beneath its shell are industrial-grade actuators, a vision system that recognizes faces and license plates, and mics tuned for Mandarin and Cantonese commands. Engine AI is selling education and business models for 88,000 yuan, around $12,000. That actually makes it cheaper than Unitree's sleeker G1 bot. For now, PM01's greeting tourists and watching for lost kids. But local police say it can also transmit suspicious activities straight to command in real time. The Patrol project is part of China's broader strategy to place robots in public safety roles. Late last year, officials trialed the RTG, a spherical bot that glides over land or water at 35 kilometers an hour and can take a 4-ton impact. At the same time, Deep Robotics has its wheel-legged bots climbing stairs with thermal cameras, spotting fires before firefighters suit up. But PM01 is the first to bring a full humanoid form to the field. And at just $12,000 a unit, entire robotic squads are now financially possible for cities without breaking the bank. While that mini RoboCop holds it down in the south, Auto Shanghai 2025 turned into a robotic runway up north. The headliner? Xpeng's humanoid robot, Iron. It stands 5'8", weighs 154 pounds, and is built to bridge the gap between self-driving cars and home service bots. Packed with 60 joints and over 200 degrees of freedom, Iron's got hands with 22 points of articulation, meaning it can thread a needle or tap a screen without looking like a clunky marionette. That movement is powered by Xpeng's own Turing AI chip, capable of 3,000 trillion operations per second. That's server-grade performance. Even more impressive, Iron runs the exact same cockpit AI as Xpeng's electric cars. So your future butler and your future sedan might literally share the same brain. Xpeng calls this their AI tech tree, a unified system powering robots, vehicles, and even flying taxis. In the demo, Iron made contact with guests, answered questions in fluent Mandarin, and gently picked up a porcelain cup without breaking it. It might seem subtle, but in robotics, that kind of precise manipulation is a breakthrough. All right, now let's shift gears from machines to minds. Because Abacus AI just leveled up its Deep Agent LLM with a new Pro tier, and it's a quiet game changer. For just $10 more, one person can now automate massive tasks. Drop a single command to create a customer database, fetch sales figures from Google Drive, generate a live dashboard on TamiSite.com, and alert finance when revenue falls. All while sipping your coffee. Still hot off the launch, Deep Agent spins up a fresh PostgreSQL database, builds out the schema straight from your plain English instructions, pulls in every CSV file it detects in the target folder, and keeps those tables auto-synced in the background. At the same time, it grabs an unused subdomain, handles SSL certs, launches a clean, responsive frontend, and plugs live updating charts directly into Slack. So your team watches the numbers change in real time. Need visuals for that executive report? Just describe the mood, sleek EV market trends and muted blues, and the built-in image engine generates unique graphics right inside the doc that's already coming together. All of this stacks on top of the original skills: browsing the web, working with Gmail, Jira, Slides, you name it. And now, with Pro tier chaining, you can link commands like scrape competitor prices, refresh the DB, update the dashboard, and email the final deck, all from a single prompt. What once took an entire weekend of coding APIs, tweaking SQL, and fixing UI now feels like ordering takeout. You ask, it delivers, and you take the credit. And the timing couldn't be better, because the humanoid arms race is heating up fast. Over on X, Elon Musk just posted new footage of Tesla's Optimus robot, now walking with a gait that actually looks human, not like it stepped on a Lego. Musk says Gigafactory Texas will produce 10,000 Optimus bots by December 25th, and he's already envisioning a future where robots outnumber humans 2-to-1, maybe even 10-to-1. Each Optimus is built on Tesla's EV DNA, battery modules from a Model Y, scaled-down plaid motors, and the exact same full self-driving chip used for vision and perception. The logic is simple. If you can mass-produce electric cars, you can mass-produce androids. Not to be left behind, Chinese automaker Chery is already deploying its own robot assistant, Amoga, inside flagship Malaysian showrooms. That stands for Artificial Intelligence with Multi-Objective Genetic Algorithm. Amoga sports a lifelike silicone face, long blonde hair, and just enough softness to avoid the full uncanny valley. But underneath the cosplay is real tech. 41 degrees of freedom, including 12 in each hand and the ability to move at a full meter per second. A 5-sense array allows for centimeter-precise obstacle avoidance, and with deep-seek models running under the hood, Amoga speaks 10 languages and sells cars without the pushy sales tone. Chery calls it a human-like motion library. And honestly, the demo video shows shockingly fluid hand and arm movements. Now shift from showrooms to the job site, because California's RI Robotics is thinking way bigger. Literally, their upcoming Zyrex bot will stand 20 feet tall, towering over foremen, with huge arms built for welding, carpentry, and 3D printing entire concrete structures. The first prototypes due in early 2026. RI Robotics says Zyrex targets two major U.S. challenges: a projected shortage of 439,000 skilled construction workers next year, and the 1,075 job site fatalities logged in 2023, more than any other industry. Zyrex uses LiDAR vision language action models and real-time BM blueprint comparison to reduce errors and keep workers out of danger zones. Cost? Under $1 million to buy outright, or around $20,000 a month to lease. Roughly the cost of a small crew, but all this robotic muscle still needs brains, and Meta thinks the smartest place to put that compute is your phone. The company just released a dedicated Meta AI app powered by Llama 4. Open it, and you'll see a discovery feed, almost like a prompt-based TikTok, where users share AI tricks you can remix. Turn on voice mode, and you get a glimpse of full duplex speech. The assistant listens and talks simultaneously, making the convo feel more like a call than a back and forth of voice notes. For now, the feature's in early access. The US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand are already in, but Meta has plans to expand even further. The Meta AI app now links directly with Ray-Ban Meta glasses and the Meta AI website. So you can ask a question through your glasses, pick it up later on your phone, and wrap it up at your desktop. It also includes a powerful document editor that can generate polished PDF reports filled with text, charts, and images, or analyze files you upload. And yes, it remembers personal details, like your love for Japanese city pop. So answers feel less like cold search results and more like advice from a well-informed friend. And speaking of raw compute power, Huawei just fired a serious shot across NVIDIA's bow. Reports out of Shenzhen say its next-generation Ascend 910D accelerator, the successor to the 910, 910B, and 910C, is already being tested in labs. Engineering samples are expected to ship by late May. Sources familiar with the chip say the mission is clear: match or beat NVIDIA's H100 on one metric that matters most: training throughput for massive language models. For perspective, NVIDIA's H100 maxes out at around 4.9 terabytes per second of memory bandwidth and roughly 1 petaflop of FP16 performance. That's why cloud giants fight to stockpile them. Huawei's current 910C hits roughly 800 petaflops INT8, or around 400 FP16 petaflops, within a 700-watt power envelope, built for standard data center racks. Now, the company claims the 910D will push performance even further. while improving energy efficiency. If that happens, the ripple effect inside China could be massive. Remember, both NVIDIA's H100 and the newer B200 are blocked by U.S. export controls, part of the dual-use tech policy introduced back in 2022 that left Chinese AI labs scrambling, paying gray market premiums, or relying on older A100 as throttled down to stay under the limits. A homegrown 910D that slots into standard PCIe slots or Huawei's own Kunping servers could instantly unlock stalled AI training pipelines and keep the entire AI workflow inside Chinese borders. But there's a broader story here. Huawei has been on the U.S. Entity List for over 6 years, and yet it keeps innovating. In 2023, it shocked analysts by releasing the Mate 60 Pro smartphone, powered by a fully domestic 7nm Kirin chip, fabricated at SMIC without access to EUV lithography. The Ascend line is built on the same principle. Lean hard on China's maturing litho stack, pack in tons of on-chip SRAM to offset older process nodes, and squeeze every possible operation out of the silicon with its custom compiler, fully compatible with frameworks like PyTorch and Mindspore. 910C shipments are already lined up for China's top cloud providers, and 910D production is right behind. So no, Huawei isn't just catching up to NVIDIA. It's becoming China's pressure release valve for the entire AI economy. And if you're paying attention, a pattern is forming. Street-level patrol bots like PM01 gather real-world data. Huawei's Ascend chips process and train on that data. And agents like Deep Agent turn it all into insights, visuals, and real-time dashboards. Out on the edges, Iron, Amoga, Optimus, and the towering Zyrex keep expanding what we call a robot. Meanwhile, Meta's assistant follows you everywhere, from phone to laptop to smart glasses, always in sync, always listening. So next time you see a vest-wearing bot waving to tourists or a 20-foot mech printing a grocery store, remember, you heard it here first. And if Deep Agent pings Slack at 3 a.m. to tell you the build just shipped, don't panic. That's just tomorrow showing up a little early. Before you bounce, I've got a question. When a humanoid can build your house, run your showroom, and write your entire app, do we still call you the boss? Or just the carbon base in turn? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm expecting fireworks. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.